We're constantly chasing the next thing. A better grade, a better school, a better internship, a better job, more money, more success, a better life. And most of us chase these things for the same reason. We think they'll make us happier, give us more freedom, give us more time to actually enjoy our lives. But what happens when we get so caught up building that better life that we forget to actually live it? That's what I started thinking about during 5 days at sea, because for the first time in a long time, I had nowhere I needed to be. And somehow, I still felt like I should be doing something. So I started asking myself, what are we really chasing? The last time I went on a cruise, I was a kid, and I remember vacations feeling completely different back then. 5 days felt like an eternity. You'd wake up and your biggest concern was what you were going to eat for breakfast. Maybe you'd go swimming, maybe you'd get ice cream, maybe you'd wander around somewhere you'd never been before. And at the end of the day, you didn't think, was today productive enough? You just thought, that was fun. A decade later, I came back. And this time, I wasn't that kid anymore. I had school, internships, recruiting, goals, a million things I wanted to accomplish, and somehow, I had brought all of that with me onto the ship. I think from a young age, we're taught that there's always a next step. Get good grades, get into a good school, get the internship, get the job, then get a better job, make more money, become more successful, build a better life. And none of these things are bad. Honestly, most of them are probably good things to want. I want them too. I want to grow, I want to challenge myself. I want to build a life that gives me freedom and opportunities, but somewhere along the way, I think it's possible to forget why we wanted these things in the first place. Because why do we want a better job? Maybe because we want more money. Why do we want more money? Because we want more freedom. Why do we want more freedom? Because we want more time, more experiences, more time with people we love, more chances to actually enjoy our lives. And when you keep asking why, eventually most of the things we're chasing lead back to something pretty simple. We want to be happy. We want to feel fulfilled. We want our lives to mean something. We want to enjoy the limited amount of time that we have. So if that's the destination, why are we so obsessed with running? Good morning. It's the second day of the cruise and we are on the ocean. I have not been on the ocean in a very long time, but as you can see, or maybe you can't because the lighting is really bad. Now my video camera should be a little bit more clear than 2 seconds ago because I realized that it was filled with like precipitation, and so I don't know if that was really blurry. If it was, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me just swag you again. But we're going to go get breakfast, and I think probably the buffet because I think the formal dining place closed at 9 or something, and we woke up a little later just because we can and it's vacation and time to relax. But I'm honestly really enjoying this ocean vibe. Maybe it's because the finish line keeps moving. You think you'll be happy when you get into the right school, then you get there, and there's another thing you need to accomplish. You think you'll feel successful once you get the internship, then you get it, and suddenly you're thinking about the next one. You get the job, then there's the promotion, then the next position, then more money, and then something else. And maybe that's just what ambition looks like. Maybe there's always going to be another mountain, another goal, another version of yourself that you're supposed to become. But if every achievement is just a checkpoint on the way to some future version of your life, when do you actually get to live? Because it's so easy to tell yourself, I'll enjoy it when I get there. I'll enjoy it after graduation, after recruiting, after the internship, after I get the job, after I make enough money, after things finally calm down. But what if things never really calm down? And I think this gets even more complicated because at first, the pressure comes from other people. Your parents want you to do well, your teachers want you to succeed, your friends are doing things you can compare yourself to, and society gives you a pretty clear picture of what a successful person is supposed to look like. Good school, good career, good salary, nice house, impressive accomplishments, and eventually, you don't even need anyone else to tell you what you should be doing. You start telling yourself. You start comparing yourself, you start measuring yourself, you start wondering if you're doing enough, if you're behind, if someone else is doing better. And maybe the strangest part is that nobody even has to be watching anymore because you become your own audience. You're not just trying to succeed, you're trying to prove that you're successful. You're trying to prove that you're good enough, that you're moving forward, that you're not falling behind, and eventually you have to ask, who am I actually trying to prove this to? And then for 5 days, the chase stopped. There was no next class, no next meeting, no application I needed to submit, no networking call I needed to prepare for, no deadline waiting for me, just time. And I didn't expect that to feel strange, but it did. Because when you're used to constantly moving forward, staying still can feel like falling behind. I kept thinking there had to be something I should be doing, something I should be checking, something I should be planning, something I should be accomplishing. But there wasn't. I was on a ship in the middle of the ocean, and for once, there was no next thing. Eventually, I stopped fighting it. I could sit there, look at the ocean, have a coffee, and do absolutely nothing. And I realized I had forgotten how to be bored. We're constantly consuming something, a video, a notification, a podcast, a message, a new goal, a new piece of information. There's always something telling us what to look at next. And when there's finally nothing, we don't always know what to do with ourselves. But maybe boredom isn't something we need to escape. Maybe sometimes it's actually the space where we finally get to hear ourselves think. And once I stopped trying to fill every empty moment, the moments didn't feel empty anymore. They just felt like life. And I kept thinking about the kid who went on a cruise 10 years ago, because she wasn't thinking about any of this. She didn't care about having an impressive future. She wasn't trying to maximize the vacation. She wasn't trying to become a better version of herself. She was just having a good time. And obviously, I've changed since then. I have more responsibilities, more ambitions, more things I care about, and I don't want to go backward. But I do wonder if somewhere along the way I forgot something. Because when I was a kid, I never thought I had to earn the right to enjoy a day. I didn't measure my worth by what I accomplished. I didn't think a day was wasted because I was productive. I just experienced it. And I think that's one of the strangest things about growing up. We get better and better at building a life, while sometimes getting worse at actually experiencing it. And maybe that's the part I've been thinking about the most. We started chasing these things because we thought they would lead somewhere. Better grades were supposed to lead to opportunity, opportunity was supposed to lead to a career was supposed to lead to freedom, freedom was supposed to lead to a life we actually enjoyed. And somewhere along the way, I think maybe we forgot the plot. The means became the end, the job became the goal, the money became the goal, the achievement became the goal, becoming better became the goal, even though none of those things were supposed to be the point. They were supposed to help us build a life that we actually wanted to live, and yet it's so easy to become obsessed with improving ourselves that we stop experiencing ourselves. We become so focused on becoming something worthy of enjoying life that we forget we're already living it. So maybe the question isn't, how can I become more successful? Maybe the better question is, what do I actually want? Do I want the job, or do I want what I think the job will give me? Do I want the money, or the freedom I think the money will create? Do I want the achievement, or the feeling of being enough that I think will come with it? Do I actually want to be constantly busy, or have I convinced myself that being busy means I'm doing something right? And maybe that's a question worth asking before the next goal automatically becomes the next goal. Because if we don't know what we're chasing, how will we ever know we've made it? And don't get me wrong, I still want to work hard. I still want to accomplish things. I still want to grow. There are so many things I haven't done yet, and I don't want to stop trying to do them. I don't think ambition is the problem. I don't think wanting more is the problem. I think the problem is forgetting what the ambition is actually for. Because I don't want my entire life becoming a waiting room for some future version of it. I don't want to keep telling myself I'll enjoy it when things calm down, I'll relax when I have more time, I'll be happy when I finally get there. Because what if there's no moment when you finally made it? What if there's always another goal, another milestone, another version of yourself you're supposed to become? Maybe we don't need to stop chasing. Maybe we just need to remember why we started chasing in the first place. 5 days later, I left the ship, and obviously my life didn't magically change. I still had things to do, goals to chase, a future to build, and maybe that's not the point. Maybe we don't need to choose between ambition and enjoying our lives. Maybe we just need to make sure we're not so busy building the future that we miss the present. Because this life we're working so hard to improve is the life we're living right now. So maybe every once in a while we should stop asking what's next and ask, what is all of this for? Because at the end of the day, we're all spending our limited time chasing something. Success, money, validation, security, happiness, a better future. And maybe the most important thing isn't figuring out how to chase faster. Maybe it's figuring out what's actually worth chasing.